What's up, everyone? Hello again and welcome back to the channel. Well, we had a bit of a thing going on with the previous stream. I hope this is working now. But basically, the idea for today's show is that we're going to look at the market because we had everything pumping really hard yesterday with the July beginning. Ethereum almost 10% up, SPX up almost 45 points, NASDAQ almost 190 points. Greed is blooming back in. Now, you guys, before we start, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. We're gonna review the news, but I want everyone to let me know if we're all good, if we're hearing each other, and if everything on YouTube is okay. So you guys start chatting in the chat box so I can make sure that that's all in order. All right, we quickly have a lot of people joining in. I'm still reviewing everything. You guys, please type in the chat box. Let me know if everything's okay. Anyway, I will kick on. So basically, we had the Fed Chair Powell that was warning us about the job market weakness that is becoming a major risk for the second part of 2025. And we have NFP today, which is extremely important. I'm going to show you guys how NFP usually works. Usually, the market makers are, generating liquidity on both sides of the market. And it's usually a one-way up sort of news, but you need to wait it out for it to come. Now, we're expecting jobs to come in higher, but still it's going to be lower than than what we had last time. And we'll also get average hourly earnings, unemployment rate, which are expected to rise as well. Now, all of this is dropping at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, followed by the ISM data at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now, Goldman Sachs is predicting that the Fed is going to cut rates 3 times this year, and we only have 4 Fed meetings. So basically, we have in July, September, October, and December. Now, we are having very important data today. Okay, good. You guys are chatting up. All right, cool. All right, so we also have Trump announcing announcing tariffs on Vietnam, 20% on imports, which hit Nike stocks, but it recovered pretty fast alongside the broader market, of course. Now, gold gained 19 or almost $20. I'm not sure. It's eyeing new all-time highs. If it clears the major resistance, we need to look out for that. Dollar index is remaining weak, which is supporting obviously the gold's rally and everything's rally, which is good. VIX, obviously the fear gauge index, like that's how we like to call it, is like 1.25 down yesterday, which is showing to continue that we are looking calm. Thank you, guys. Yes, I couldn't wash my hair today, so I have to do that. By the way, you guys, also reminder that we have a shortened trading day today ahead of the celebration tomorrow, 4th of July, for America's independence. So futures will be closing at 1:15 Eastern time today. So heads up for that. And okay, I hope everything is working fine. You guys do let me know if something is not working, please. And we're going to move on the charts right now. All right, charts. Let me just move the screens around. Okay, we also have 9 July deadline for Trump's tariffs as well. Definitely not forgetting that. Thank you, Mr. Vane, for always reminding me the things that I don't remember to say. Poll premiere, 4th of July birthday. Yay, that's a Cancer over here. Good stuff. This year, Jupiter is going to make you very lucky. Yes, I'm also kind of a, secret astrologer as well. I don't know. I just like charts. All right, cool. Happy birthday. Yeah. Okay, so since Sugar Cookie is here, I bet that everything is good. Yes, she just said everything is good. All right, amazing. Well, you guys, a lot of July babies I can see here in the chat. Well, that's beautiful. Oh, you guys are so kind. That's so sweet. Anyway, okay, so like I said, NFP data today. So one thing you need to remember about the NFP data, it's very hard to predict. Like, you can try to see if it's priced in, yes or not. The best thing you can do for NFP is mark your liquidity levels and see how price is going to react and which liquidity levels is price most going to be drawn to. Does that make sense? So it's very important for NFP to sort of like sit out in a way and wait for it to start pricing in, you know, because the algorithms work in that way, right? So the NFP is going to come up and they're going to be like, okay, we need to price in NASDAQ at this point. We need to reprice blah, 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 Bitcoin, whatever. So they're doing all these things, right? And you just need to understand their intention. So for that, you need to wait for the data to sort of come on. And then you will always find out a similar price action like this, even though we're on the 4-hour time frame. When NFP or, you know, anything you have with non-farm, it's usually like that, right? You get sharp moves to the downside, upside, like sort of like a mini range formation with liquidity on both sides, and you end up sitting there. If you're in a lower time frame, you don't know what the hell is going on. So that's why it's very important for us to review Bitcoin today. Now, you guys, if you have been live with me for the past couple of months at least, right, you would know that I told you that I'm bullish for July long back, right? I told you we're going to end up the fiscal quarter, right? Because I counted from April. So Q1, we start into Q2, and then we're going to see huge expansion. So I told you these things. I told you the levels to watch out. I told you that alts are not going to be, you know, fine for us, in my opinion, before that period. Exactly. So I'm glad you guys are on board with everything and you're following. So again, we're going to review everything. You know, we're participating in all of these price action. We were prepared for the short, we were prepared for the long, right? We were prepared for the long down here, down from the 0.5. Now we're coming back to an area. We smashed the resistance over here, so it's all looking fine, right? And looking at the broader picture for us, what was more important back then at like middle of June? What was more important? Middle of June, we were prepared for this, all of my community. And by the way, you guys, if you haven't registered for the mentorship, go ahead and register for the mentorship, because that's where I'm going to teach you all these things. You can find the link in the bio, in the description box, whatever. There is a wait list going on. Make sure you sign up now. So we have basically the double liquidity formation. With the people that are following me for a while, they know exactly how the double liquidity formation works. We had it at the 74K level Bitcoin. We knew how these things are going to work. So we've taken the downside. Now we're going for the upper part of the liquidity. Fine. So the indicators that are also available for you to get, you can still find them in my bio. You can find them in the description box. There is also a YouTube video that is describing how you can use the indicators. They're very helpful. A lot of my community are using them. So basically, the indicators will help you even prior NFP. You know that the first liquidity is over here. So we're looking at Bitcoin. The first liquidity prior NFP is $110,591 Bitcoin. That's one liquidity, the first one that is drawing your eye to. Even though on a lower time frame you can find other liquidities, with your naked eye you also should be able to find sort of like liquidities in the market. Now this low over here, right, this low over here is not a weak low, okay? This is a strong low. So I'm expecting this low to hold. Again, listen very carefully, right? Even without the indicators, these things you can see, right? What is responsible for this low, right? Well, this high. Okay, this is a bit confusing, but sign up for the mentorship waiting list and you're going to figure these things out together with me. I'm going to teach you. Anyway, so this week, this low is a strong low. So this low, I'm expecting it to hold. I don't see any liquidity below this low as of now. So the liquidity needs to be internally. Now, when the market and the algorithm starts pricing in bullish price action, right, when they want to start pricing you know, price up, and up in a continuation structure, they often leave a lot of imbalances, right? And the indicators are going to show you the imbalances as well if you open them. You see, it's going to show you 4-hour imbalance, 4-hour imbalance, whatever. So that's very bullish price action. And the candles are one after the other coming like that. So since we've identified that this low over here is a strong low, why is it a strong low? It is a strong low because this low is responsible for this high, right over here. This is where the price action for this high started. It started from this low. So that low is responsible for this high. Okay, are you following? Good. Now, what did this high do? It broke structure and it took the previous high. So that makes this low now very, very strong. Good. I bet you're following on this. So since we know that we have a strong low here and we have a lot of imbalances in between price action over here, what else can we see? Well, I can see a lot more other stuff, but now the important thing is to identify areas of interest. So we have the true week open over here, completely smashed through it, price completely smashed through it. So this is an area of interest to me to start with. This is just one confluence. Good morning, Rafero. You guys start typing in the chat box because this is going to make the live way more accessible for everyone. And yeah, we have to grow our community because we're giving real price action, and I'm trying to help people around here to learn how to trade, right? I'm not around here to give you guys signals. I'm around here to change your lives. So if you decide that you want to take this seriously and you want to do trading for a living like I do, you got to take this stuff seriously and you got to pick your mentors very, very carefully. I am not going to suggest go for these really, popular influencers because they have enough money. They don't need to trade. Some of them that are even pretending to trade. In fact, you guys, you know what I found out the other day? This is going to blow your mind. It completely blew my mind. So I met with these guys. They have millions of followers, right? And they're probably, they don't have millions of followers, but they have like a very good trading community. Like they trade on the stocks and everything. And they've been in the industry for 20 years and they know all of the big influencers and what they're doing. They get the intel, right? I know them personally from years ago when I started. Like, wait, I need to put myself in a big picture for that. Wait. This is going to be fun, you guys. You need to hear this story. So basically, right, like years ago when I was trading, when I was learning how to trade, right, just like everyone, I was looking for communities and stuff like that. So there was this one community in London, right? Like they were sort of getting international and they were really big, they were probably like one of the first people like to flex with Lambos and stuff like that. And it was very interesting. So anyway, I went to meet them in their Mayfair office, whatever. And then over there in a Mayfair office, I met this girl and then she's like, yeah, you just need to put $10,000 in and then we're going to give you trading capital and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not, stupid. So I immediately smelled, that this is just BS, and I was like, where are you getting your liquidity from? Like, what is your arrangements with the brokers? Like, do you have credit facility? Like, what are you doing? She didn't even understand half of the things that I was asking her. So I was like, all right, cool. I think I'm gonna get out. Thank you so much for your time. So basically what these people were doing, right? They were collecting 10 grand from each person, you guys, right? So they will lure the people, take 10K from them, and then they'll give them fake money to trade with, saying that it's real money, right? So like fake demo account money. And then if people made money, which is obviously like 1% out of everyone, they would literally, if they make, I don't know, like $200 payout, like they'll have very strict rules for whatever. So they would give them the payouts, right? So let's say they made $200. So they will pay that out to them, but guess from where? Well, they will pay it from the new people that they sign in and they pay the $10,000, right? So they have, because they don't know how to trade and they teach people how to trade bad, everyone is losing. So essentially they don't have to pay out to anyone. And if they have like one person that's making $500, well, that's fine. They already signed 10 people times $10,000. So it's just insane. But anyway, that's how I know these guys from that big capital group that are trading the stocks and everything. from these guys, right? And you know, they were taking even signals from that community, I remember. And you know, there is big figures on YouTube that are friends of mine. You know, they're huge in the space or whatever. Maybe I'll do an interview with them soon enough. You know, before I was low-key, like I was not doing that kind of stuff. But anyway, so the thing is, the industry is crazy, right? And yeah, so basically these guys told me that the new influencers, you guys, you won't believe this. You know what they're doing? So, you know, all of these shorts that you guys are seeing on the internet. So basically what they're doing is they take positions both ways, right? So they would open their computer, they will start recording positions on both sides. So let's say Bitcoin, they will take a short and they will take a long, maybe on a fake account, you know? And then what they would do is they would record both, and then whichever trade hits, they will post it on TikTok or whatever platform, like, I don't know, anywhere. And they would voice it over, right? So they would voice it over, and then people will think that that's real. So it's just, you know, that's kind of the things that we're talking about. And it's insane. But the good thing is hedging, Gabby. Yes, they're hedging. Yeah, sure. Wow. So yeah, this is the thing, you know, I don't want you guys to get trapped into these people. You need to make sure that you understand who you're talking to, who you're following, and you need to be very, very careful. I know it's attractive. I know it looks great, like all of these flashy things they're showing. It is all full of lies, you guys. And I'm gonna finish my round very soon. We're gonna go back to the charts, but these guys, they don't have skills. They take signals on, they take sells and buys, and then whatever trade hits, that's what they're showing it to you. And they're making money from the people that they're signing up, right? And then that's how they can afford a Lambo. They are not traders. So I need you guys to understand this to start with, all right? That was my rant. I'm finishing up with my rant right now. And thank you for liking my hair. I couldn't wash my hair because I broke my shower. Yes, but someone is gonna come and fix it today. Gabby's storytelling, yeah. So remember what we said about July, you guys. We said that July is going to be a month. Sorry, I was about to draw, but I'm not going to. We said that July is going to be a month where we're going to see. Are you kidding me right now? You now have to start and drill in your fucking, sorry, in your apartment, in your frigid apartment. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm in a rant mode today. You guys need to excuse me. So basically, now that we have this strong low down here, we have this strong low down here, right? We're not expecting for price to come back today for NFP, right? What are we going to expect though is something else, right? We want to see price retrace to level of interest for us within this price action over here. So I have a level of interest at 107047. I have a level of interest at around what is that, 106, in between 105 and 106. So these two levels for me are levels of interest. So if price decides today to start going for the lower liquidity, I'm going to be looking for a bounce at this level, or I'm going to be looking at bounce for bounce at this level, right? It could be just price just goes and takes that liquidity and then it starts reversing or something like that. You know, this is what we're looking at. Today is a fun day. You know, the thing is, like, in the mornings I'm quite hyper, so you're probably going to see something else. And also Uranus, the planet Uranus is moving into Gemini, so it's going to be quite crazy, I guess. But anyway, we also have, you know, the biggest financial astrologer that is a good friend of mine. And, you know, we know each other I've been following him for so long, honestly, and we're good friends. So I'm going to bring him on the channel as well for him to tell you what's happening. But basically, he sent me a message this morning. It was just like one sentence. It is beginning. And I'm like, let's go. So yeah, everything is kind of like aligning for us, you know. July, like we said, it needs to come the alts need to start bouncing, right? And that's what's going on. Yes, you guys like the video if you haven't. And let's continue with this price action. So yeah, the liquidity is very clear. Like I said, there is liquidity for us in this high over here. We're coming from the 0.5. So as per our strategy and as per our method, we know that we need to exit plus 112K Bitcoin. I'm sorry for all the bears that got panicked so much trading their channels. Yes, you know, it's going to be actually quite interesting if with NFP, like we start pricing down, they'll be like, oh my God, no, the channel. So yeah, see you, Rafera, no problem. Sorry, it took a little while this morning. But yes, that's a very, very typical price action for NFP, just like that, expansion and then some sort of range activity with, you know, liquidity on both sides. If you're looking on a lower time frame, you're going to look for this liquidity, that liquidity down here. Obviously, you have Asia high, Asia low as well at that point. Yes, I could with my out bags pumping for sure. What else can we look at? Of course, the traditional markets. Well, Nasdaq continues to price up. It continues to price up. It doesn't want to retrace, right? It really doesn't. My only hope was that it was going to potentially reject over here to give us some more, you know, entries to the upside. But again, typical NFP situation, relatively equal lows, liquidity to the upside, liquidity to the downside. We just need to find out on a lower time frame where does price want to go and just follow that move. Gold is pretty much in the same boat, right? In my opinion, gold wants to retrace. I would love for gold to retrace so I can find a long entry on gold as well. So I'm looking for a retracement again anywhere in this area with all the imbalances for gold. I can see that, you know, the current imbalances are sort of holding, but not really. Let's have a look on the 12-hour. Yeah, the 12-hour time frame. This big imbalance over here, price is reacting. It is in a bullish delivery mode at the moment. The algorithms are placing bullish. So any retrace on this gold situation is going to be a buy for me. I'm pretty sure there is lots of liquidity to the upside. Yes, we're coming from the 0.5, so gold needs to exit also to the upside. You know, for the overall conditions though, right? Yesterday we had live stream on Discord, New York session. From now on, I'm gonna try and live stream it for you guys. Besides Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll see if MMA, our FX legend, is going to be there for you guys to start teaching you some very important things. But on the 12-hour, crude oil is looking like it wants to come up to very big levels. So going back to $78, and we have even further liquidity to the upside, I'm pretty sure, on crude. I don't remember if it was weekly liquidity. Yeah, so crude, expect huge swings, right? On crude, crude is at major support level right now. We have a pause in this Middle East situation, but I think things might come back around. Crude oil charting analysis is showing me that there is a potential of this resurfacing, right? Resurfacing, whatever you say it in English. So there is an opportunities for that. We need to be watching very carefully. Also, we know that Nasdaq is going to exhaust at some point, right? Coming into levels like 25,000, 24,600. But overall, for the next couple of months, I think we are looking good, right? Even if not, yeah, I mean, especially for altcoins. All right, let's go look at altcoins real quick. Let's look at CRV. Like, oh my lord, right? Like CRV at major levels CRV, it's getting ready, right? It's getting ready. We had a tap into the 0.786. This was your first this was your first momentum over here. All the levels highlighted to you with the help of my indicators. Again, you can get them, you guys find them in the description box. There is YouTube video. People keep asking me, how can I use that? How can I use that? So CRV at major level, $1 in my opinion is imminent. For CRV, Dodge is looking fine. Dodge at major levels, reacting from the buy zones, right? The buy zones that we have set all the way last year, right? Last year, buy zones that when I put in, people were like calling me that I'm absolutely insane and that I've lost my mind. But here we are back at the ultimate levels tapping. We're ready to send it. We're ready to send it, in my opinion, right? CETAs, major levels, right? Major levels tapping into levels of extremism, right? Prices that much down. That's what you want to see. You want to see people, you want to see CT hearing that everyone is losing it, you know, people want to leave crypto. This is the moment when you're like, okay, it's happening. But obviously we were prepared for that because we understand how to read the quarters and the price action and the manipulation. So I told you guys, and if you are with me, you're prepared. Near, same thing, right? A lot of deeper corrections, but it's fine because it's bouncing from major levels. The upside to this is exponential, right? It is not going to be all-time highs in my opinion, but at least $7.2 as per our strategy. You know, DOT back at major levels. You know, some out stronger than others weaker than others, right? Back at major levels. This was the first pump on ETH BTC from our major level that we had set from months ago. Yeah, first pump completely retraced and now breaking through the same levels, right? It is not, you know, by coincidence that I have such a big stop loss over here. Fed, major levels. Hasn't even broken 0.236. There is time. It's what I'm trying to say. There is time, right? Okay, cool. But there is a lot of greed in the markets. What do you say? The sentiment is bad and you are a contrarian. So basically, in a way, yeah, in a way, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is probably a contrarian trading approach to these markets. It is actually a proper trading strategy. If you're like in the old school, you know, back in the years, that's how they used to teach these things. A contrarian strategy is actually a thing. Okay, cool. Someone said ADA. Let's have a look at ADA real quick. Cardano. Over here, Cardano on a weekly time frame, liquidity, daily time frame, bouncing from major levels. Like this is not the chart that I've charted that much. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have another one, but anyway, daily levels at Cardano, liquidity formations, you know, like this, using my indicators. Buy zone, right? It's showing you over here the support on a higher time frame. This is why, you know, this is why for me, like, alts are in a way easy, because all I need to look at is open my indicators and see the major levels on a higher time frame, and that's it. Like, I don't need anything else. So yeah, the bounces are very good. And I think that we're getting into that phase right now. So very happy about that. Aave, do I have Aave in my list over here? Oh, no, wait, some old drawings over here. Let's get rid of that. Daily time frame, again, major levels. Let's have a look at some liquidity. Yeah, weekly time frame liquidity, absolutely brilliant, perfect. to see. So there is upside potential on this as well, right? How high it can go, I cannot tell you, because of the way the chart is. And it's been quite strong now, but all I'm looking at is this liquidity to start with. Probably this high as well. I will look at that potentially as well. But yeah, I can't tell you the upside on this. I can't read all the altcoins, by the way. I think you sold me on your indicators. I'm not trying to sell you guys. I'm just trying to help you, honestly. It's $20. Do you think you're gonna change my life with $20? I doubt it. But anyway, so yeah. What else can we look at? Let's see what's happening with Bitcoin dominance. Well, not bad, not bad. Still at our major level, right? This is weekly. Rejecting from our major level once again. Tried to break it, now rejecting. So it's good. It's good. Hopefully it's going to reject, because liquidity on a daily time frame, we want to see that level rejecting. We simply want to see it rejecting. If not, we're looking for more upside, unfortunately, if we don't reject from it. But it's pretty much now or never, right? And then if we can extend way further if that doesn't happen. So everything's possibility, of course. Nothing is 100%. But we trade what we see. All right, so this is basically what I wanted to tell you guys today. Be careful about NFP. It's really important that you wait, you mark your liquidity on both sides, and you see what you know, the algos and the markets want to reprice, if they need to reprice, and to what levels they need to reprice. So very important stuff. And again, like the video if you haven't. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's gonna help us grow our community, which is genuine community with real traders, real results. So yeah, I'm very glad to have you guys on board, and I'll see you. No, I'm not gonna see you for New York, because I'm gonna be streaming for Coin Bureau then. But yeah, I'll see if MMA can do a stream for you guys. Yes, join the list for the mentorship. Don't forget to do that, because yeah, of course, all the people that sign now are going to have benefits that the other people are not going to have. All right, will that news event liquidity grab and a fake move? Possible. Yeah, possible. But I think you need to mark the liquidity on a higher time frame, right? So then you are you know where they're heading. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.